Good morning, YouTube. I think I've got everything squared away with the overlanding vehicle, and today we're going to do a test run. I've been trying to locate some flint to use in my bushcraft fire making skills. And there just doesn't seem to be a lot of flint in this area. I didn't want to buy any. I suppose you can buy it online. If anybody out there has flint, they'd send me a little bit. I'd sure appreciate it. But today we're going to go to a place that has a mineral called Chert. So as you can see, I've purchased a skunk for my overlanding buddy and my adventure buddy. Her name is Ellie. Ellie rubbed my belly. We're going to head out and do a little overlanding, go to the top of a mountain and see if we can get some of this Chert and bring it back. So hop in, away we go. Hang on, Ellie. Away we go. Okay, we're just going through the little town of Edison, Washington. Just past the Edison Inn. Great place for oysters and spirits. Although I don't participate much in spirits anymore. But anyway, I'll give you a little drive-through of the town. Looks like the skunk has finally decided to take a nap. Let's see if I can get her a little bit there. So yeah, I'll point you through town and we'll head up to the mountain. Over here on the left is the Longhorn Saloon. Another great place for oysters and beers. We're kind of down here on the flats in Skagit Valley. They have a lot of good oyster beds out here, clam beds, etc. And one of our favorite cheese places is just out here a little ways. Samish Island cheese, I believe. I'll double check when we go by it. They make a lot of great goat cheeses, and they have meats, farm fresh meats, and one of our favorites is aged Ladysmith cheese. And I suppose that when I get done on the mountain, I'm going to have to stop by here and get some for Elena. Okay. Bay cheese. Stop there on the way back. They aren't open right the amount of traffic that's up here today. I suppose since it's a Saturday, I should have assumed that would be the case. I'm gonna have to start coming up here during the weekdays, going out on the weekdays. A few vehicles parked right here. What's going on? Oh my God. Look at this. Jesus. Unbelievable. Well, I came up here to have a nice quiet day and get a few pieces of chert. Unbelievable the crowd of people that are here for the same reason. I guess that's the way it is everywhere around here. Campsites, fishing spots, secret places that used to be not so well known are pretty well known. Good morning, folks. It is Thanksgiving morning, 2025. It's been about 15 or 16 days since the video you just watched. I wanted to take some time and address the three subjects of the video, which were anticipation, disappointment, and disaster. The anticipation part of the video in my mind was I spent probably the last year or so improving the suspension, the drivetrain, etc. on the Jeep Cherokee. I probably put about $15,000 into it, 14,000, something like that, in new suspension, springs, drivetrain, tires, front bumper, and winch. I'll flash a picture here of the completed project. I had it set up with GMRS radio, mounts for all my cameras. I had a mount for a iPad for navigation installed. I did a lot of work to it to get ready to do some overlanding videos, and the anticipation was being able to do that in concert with the Honda trail riding group. The last trail ride I went on the Honda, I took a spill, and I think that's probably the first or maybe second spill I've ever taken on a motorcycle. But I realized that at 65, I don't recover as quickly from things like that as I should. So that's why I kind of had started to focus on the Jeep Cherokee. It's a 1999 Jeep Cherokee Sport, automatic 4.0 liter, straight six. It was beautiful. Like I said, I spent a lot of time and a lot of money on getting it set up to be dependable overlanding. I bought recovery gear and tire inflators, tire deflators, all kinds of stuff for it. So that was the anticipation. And as you saw in the video, that was probably my first trip, the kind of the shakeout ride of the Jeep to see how it did on the gravel roads, etc. Then came the disappointment. And the disappointment in my mind goes back quite a ways. When I first started working with computers, I started off with what they called an Apple IIe computer, and it had two 5¼ inch floppy disk drives. And I ran a bulletin board, a dial-up bulletin board when they had modems. And I've always had the desire to take people places and show people cool things. Back then I ran a bulletin board of hot spring locations in the state of Washington. Over time, I started to see some degradation of the spots that I listed from people going there that didn't have the same ethical values as some of us in the outdoors. I also received a couple reports from caretakers of these hot springs to not publish the locations because while not everybody is messy, some people are, and that kind of ruins it for everybody else, all those that follow. So the disappointment on the day of the video was that I wanted to find some flint to do some bushcraft fire making projects, and there wasn't a lot of flint in the area here. Yeah, so there is a mineral called Chert that is similar properties to flint, and I did some research and located a deposit of this Chert from a local group, and decided to make this video of going up there to get a piece of the Chert. I've got it right here, as a matter of fact. I can flash a picture of it, but this is really all I needed. Sorry about the lighting. Let's see if I can get her up here. So that's the Chert there. It's just kind of a greenish stone. Anyway, that's what I was going up there for. Also, it was the first trial run for the Jeep for overlanding and doing some gravel roads after all the time I've spent getting it ready. I arrived at the site where the Chert was, and there was about 15 people there just demolishing the hillside. There were guys with rock bars, sledgehammers. Below them, one guy was trying to chisel out a block of stone that was about a foot square. Directly below him were two kids with goggles on and hammers sitting down on the ground pounding on rocks, and just the whole hillside was just being attacked by this group of people. And they weren't there just to get a piece of the Chert or whatnot, but they were filling 5-gallon buckets and taking them to their cars and their trucks. There was a group leader there that appeared to be sitting in the back of his truck, kind of coaxing people on, and maybe he's the guy that led them there. He did mention that they were going to head to another location after they were done there, but it was just way overboard in my opinion. They weren't there for the same reason as I was. So very disappointing. I headed back home. 2 days later, the disaster struck. Elena and I were sitting in the house at 6:02 a.m. When our garage exploded. We were about 30 feet away from the garage in the living room. I'll post some pictures of the destruction here. We're not exactly sure what caused it. We think there might have been a propane leak and then some sort of ignition source having to do with the well pump in the garage that might have ignited it. All my belongings were scattered out across the yard in the rain and the pouring rain and the mud. I spent about the last 12 days, 15 days digging through my stuff, picking it up out of the yard, taking it to storage, taking it to the dump, what got destroyed, recycling what I can. Completely destroyed the Jeep. I spent the last year pumping about $15,000 into that Jeep. All new suspension, new springs, new shocks, new drivetrain, new bumper with a winch, alarm system, auxiliary lights, mounts for the cameras, the GoPro cameras installed. I had a mount for an iPad for navigation installed, GMRS radio for off-roading and overlanding. I had the vehicle full of recovery gear, straps, kinetic ropes, shackles, spare parts, tire inflator system, tire deflating system. Fortunately, I believe most everything that was in the vehicle is still okay. I'll flash a picture of the Jeep here. It just caved in the whole right side of the Jeep, blew all the glass out of the right side. blew the windshield out and mushroomed the roof up about 4 inches from the sunroof. Looks like Harry and the Hendersons were in there. And it's just a total loss. I only had liability insurance on the Jeep for a couple of reasons. When I first bought it, I think I only paid about $4,000 for it, and I thought, well, if anything happens to it, an insurance company is just going to give me blue book value for a 1999 Jeep Cherokee Sport. And it will be probably about $4,000. I didn't take into account that I was going to put so much money into it, and I think that the money I put into it for the suspension and the drivetrain will be able to transfer to a different Jeep if I can find another 1999 Jeep Cherokee Sport automatic. All the parts that I just put on it, I can transfer over to another vehicle. I'm going to have to save for the price of another Jeep. So if anybody out there has access to a fairly low mileage 1999 Jeep Cherokee Sport, 4-wheel drive automatic, it's got the 4.0 liter straight six in it, please leave a comment for me or a link. I don't really have a lot of money right now. We've had a lot of money going out for storage units, for rent. We're staying in a motel right now until we can find out if we're going to get back into the house. But with the well pump in the garage, they're going to have to rebuild the garage, install the well pump, and then put power to the garage and the house before we'll have water and power at the house. So I don't foresee it happening in the near future. I go over there every day to start the generators to keep the freezers and the fridge cold. Thank God I've had a couple friends from the Honda motorcycle group step up. Dave has helped me for over a week every day through the mud and the rain, loading everything into a truck and then unloading it into a storage shed. Bill, another friend of mine from the motorcycle group, has been just an amazing help. He's covered running the generator for me when I can't get up there, and he's allowed me to take the Jeep to his place to park it in a garage so that it doesn't get soaked by rain. And he has a lift there, so he said that when I get enough money for another Cherokee that we can put that on the lift and pull my parts out of it and stick them on the new rig. If that ever comes to be. About 2 days after the explosion, our puppy Lily, the one I had with me in the video, slipped out of a carrier and fell to the floor and busted her femur and her right leg. She had to go to a local veterinary emergency center around here. They told us to schedule her for surgery in another town the following day, so they didn't splint her leg. So we had to stay up with her pretty much all night, feeding her medications to make her relax and sleep until we could take her to the surgical center the next morning. The surgery bill for the puppy's been over $2,000. I've been screwed over a couple times. Once by U-Haul, it took me for an extra $100. It was a truck I rented for 2 days and only put 9 miles on the truck. I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be $19.95 a day, like it said in the windshield. But I guess this was a bigger truck than the ones that have the signs. So I was told it was $29.95 a day. By the time I got the bill for 2 days, with only 9 miles traveled in the truck, it was over $100. I just have trouble doing that kind of math. The storage shed that I rented said you get the first month free, and I found out last night that they don't prorate. So I rented the storage shed on the 18th of November, and so my free month's storage rent only went from the 18th to the end of the month, which is about 13 days. So then I have to pay about $250 a month for the storage. we've had a lot hit us all at once, and today's Thanksgiving. So I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful for what you have. I can attest to that. I'm so thankful that we're both still alive, and the dog's still alive. I'm thankful for the friends that have stepped up. A friend of mine started a GoFundMe account for us. I have Venmo and all the cash apps. If anybody feels like they want to help us out, I appreciate that. I've never really asked for that. I would like to get enough money to get another Jeep so I can get back out there and do some videos of overlanding. Like I said, if anybody has lines on a great Jeep 99 Jeep Cherokee XJ, please let me know. If you can't afford to help us monetarily, it really helps me if you subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel. If I get over 1,000 subscribers, then the channel could be monetized. They'll put some ads in with the videos, and then they will send me a little bit of cash. Every little bit helps. So, you know, you don't have to have money to subscribe, and that would really help our channel out. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for more content. I don't know how long it's going to be before I'll be able to do any overlanding. It's not the season to ride the motorcycles, but I'll try to get something done and get something out there. So it's Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for the friends I have. I'm thankful that we're alive. Give thanks to everything you have, because it can all be taken away in an instant. And thankful that Ellie's still in good shape. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching the videos and bearing with me on these long rants.